All right, welcome to a new edition of BS, man. Charles, you're back.
Yeah.
God damn. 2 weeks,
Been a
no
while.
Charles, man. I was crying. But
No, Joseph's on, man. You get Joseph on. I'm here fucking every day, man. We do this every day, hour, whichever.
I know, but the Yacht Rock show is failing probably because you weren't on there, man.
No, I highly doubt it.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that was a fun episode. We were all doing karaoke and everything.
Yeah, man. They got like, extras on that show, man. They should listen to it or watch it or whatever, man. Cool
All
shit.
right. But let me introduce Joseph because he gave me this battle. So introduce yourself, man.
Well, so I came up with this idea just because not too long ago we did the 1982 top whatever it was, and both of these albums were in my top three, I'm pretty sure, and they're both amazing heavy albums from 1982. Both have 9 tracks, and so I thought, well, I guess we will put these two albums against each other, and those two albums, of course, are Blackout by the Scorpions and Creatures of the Night by Kiss. As you can see, I have a giant Creatures of the Night poster behind me. So
I was wondering, did you put that up for the show, or you always had?
no,
that?
that's always there.
Oh wow,
no, that's always there. So whether or not that will be a spoiler for my list, you will find out soon. But without further ado, I throw it back to our gracious host, Mark Alden Taylor.
Well, Jerry, man, what's up, brother?
Nothing, man. Just fucking I don't know. Glad football season's back. Interesting battle, but a cool battle, I think. This is gonna be interesting what we think about it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but you have an announcement, man. You got a new podcast coming out, man.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly.
Like I said, I don't want to intrude on these two shows, man, but
Whatever. I talk about my radio show all the time, so go for it.
yeah, I'm gonna for the third or fourth time do my Three Shots Down podcast. I got some cool co-hosts this time, Andy and Kate. I think we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about triumphs and tragedies in the music world, man. We're gonna get off the record rating and reviewing and stuff. Try to do something a little different. It's a topic that I've always wanted to, I think I'm better at doing stories like that than I am like rating records and stuff. So I'm gonna play to my strength, and I think I got some cool people to co-host with me. So looking forward to it. Man, we're not gonna be like a crazy one, do one every week. We do like maybe 2 a month. Who knows? 1 month we may do like 4 or 5 shows. Who knows? It's like a no pressure show. Just do it whenever we feel like it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Just remember, your home is here. I created the show for you, bitch, so you could get you out there. So
this one, I'll probably never.
Well, you should never leave Freeform either. That's just my opinion. But Charles, man, what do you think about the battle?
Well, I mean, will it be a battle? I don't know. I kind of wearing a shirt of the band out in New York there.
Well, I'm not a huge Kiss fan, so
I know, and let's be careful how you tread that water today, buddy. All right. Remember, you said Crazy Nights was as good as Creatures. Remember that. All right.
Are you wearing that shirt just to piss me off, Mark?
oh yeah. I went, what should I wear tonight? Oh, there's the sticks. Let's Crash the Crown for Jerry.
I should have busted. Where's mine? I have a Crash of the Crown shirt too. I should have worn that.
Oh man, come on, guys! What did I do?
Next time.
I have a gray one. I see you have the blue one. I have
That
gray
should be-
one with the cover.
That should be either the first tragedy or triumph you do on the show.
That's definitely a tragedy, man. There's
Whichever
no
it
about
is.
that one.
I'm not
Sad
sure.
part. I don't think it's a big enough named tragedy. I think it kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you guys know we're doing album battle. Kiss Creatures of the Night versus Scorpions Blackout. And they both have the same amount of songs. But let's get to some BS real quick, man. We already talked about Jerry's new show. Have you guys heard that new Rolling Stones song, and you have any opinions on it? I'll start with you, Joseph.
I have not had a chance to check it out yet. I've heard mixed opinions from various people. I know some people on this show weren't too big of a fan of it. I know some people were. I've seen a lot of differing opinions. I've seen some people say it's one of the worst things they've heard from the Stones. Heard some people say it's okay or that it's good. I don't think I've heard anyone say it's great, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Jerry.
Totally blows. Hate it. Don't like it at all.
And look at all the comments you got on that.
I don't get the drumming in that song at all. I know it's not Charlie Watts. I get that, but the drumming does not match that song. It just sounds, I don't know, man. Even Mick's voice is showing its wear and tear. It just does not sound good at all. I hope there's better tracks on it than that one. The video is kind of fine with that girl, and she's pretty hot. But other than that, fucking pretty shitty in my opinion.
Charles, any opinions on it? Because I don't know yours. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, because I don't give away spoilers like that. I only do exclusives on this show, and I'm in the middle on it. I don't think it's a train wreck everybody else is saying, but at the same time, I hear auto tune in the vocals. The drumming sucks. I don't know if it's a drum machine or I don't know. The video is cool. Yeah, the girl's nice looking, but I like how the billboards were all the different eras of the Stones, and Nick's voice was synced to, or his lips were synced to it, and with the digital stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to be that great. They're like 90.
That's a good point.
Yeah, those two new songs they did on that Gurr set, like Doom and Gloom, are awesome though. But that was years ago.
Yeah, and it's not going to change. I mean, if they go on the road, they're still going to sell out. Again, it proves my point. These legacy bands, it doesn't matter. The only probably Mark would be the only one that would go to those shows if he went and be like, "Yes, play Angry. Please, I can't wait." The rest of us go to the bathroom.
Did you see my comment? I guess
no. I'm just saying. Okay, well, you didn't let me finish.
Right,
okay, maybe Angry. You gave away your fucking review.
Yeah, I kind of
thought like the NSYNC of Rolling Stone songs. I do say though on the album they have one track where McCartney and Ringo play on it, which I look forward to that track. That might be pretty cool, but. Yeah, this one I'm in the middle. I don't think it's the worst thing, but it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing either, but I don't like it. It's like those two, like I said, Doom and Gloom was a fucking great song they did on their Gurr greatest hits stuff. That was years ago. They're a little worn out, and like it reminded me like fucking a Def Leppard Hysteria album, that song. I was like going, man, I'll produce.
Let's not get ridiculous.
Well, it sounded like Nine Arm, dude. That drum sound was totally too perfect. Yeah. So, and I love Nine Arm, but I like Nine Arm doing it, not the Rolling Stones. You see what I'm saying? It's like I like Tesla doing Tesla, not Phil Collins Tesla. You know, it's like no. But I didn't care for it. I'm hoping for more. Maybe there'll be good, like you said, Ringo and Paul McCartney on that album. I'm hoping for it, man. But let's get to the Smashing Pumpkin, dude. Billy Corgan laments lack of innovation in rock music. What do you think of that, Joseph?
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, almost everything that's gotten popular, and I say popular with air quotes because I mean not very much in the rock world has really gotten popular in the last decade, but anything that has, you look at Greta Van Fleet, complete total Led Zeppelin ripoff. As much as all of us except for Mark love Ghost, they may have presented it in a unique way, but musically they pull from all kinds of different stuff that's been done before. There's not really anything new happening in rock and roll or metal for that matter. Everything is just legacy bands or new bands that sound like legacy bands. And as much as I can't stand Billy Corgan or Smashing Pumpkins, I mean, he has a point.
Yeah, the only band that's come out that I like, and Charles gets on me, is Rival Sons. I think they do have their own sound. They do sound like classic rock, but they're raw. They're like do one or two takes in the studio. The singer's amazing. The band grooves, but Greta Van Fleet is bigger than them. what the fuck is wrong with America? Rival Sons is a fucking real band, man. Just saying. That just pisses me off. You have any thoughts on Billy Corgan's thing, Jerry?
I agree with Joseph, man. I think he's right about it. I can't stand the guy, but I mean, what has come out in the last 20-something years? Well, I think Ghost is exceptional. That blows your mind away. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just I disagree with him. I really don't have much to comment about it. It's true, you know. So,
What about you, Charles?
Well, what has he done? Has he retired or something?
He's
Does
made
he
a
have
new,
no-
they made a new album. They're touring.
That sucked. So he has no responsibility in being an innovator himself. In my day, the leaders of rock just innovated.
He's
Got
too
to-
busy.
I don't-
He's too busy trying to run a really, really bad wrestling company.
Exactly. And,
always run that to the ground. That's not even,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, even in the doesn't have a chance against the other two as far as.
Didn't they
when-
just
when
fire
you-
that
when you-
one dude?
No, that's different company.
That's
different company.
AEW.
Oh, okay.
No, when your champion for the past however many months was a overweight Fox News commenter.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, I just think if he cared, then come out with something innovative yourself.
oh, he came out with a
That's a good
double
point,
album.
too.
No,
Was it
Doesn't sound-
innovative?
I think it was different than what they have done in the past. So it's kind of when they did do an innovative album like that, like Eva Adore album, people fucking killed it, like lambasted them, man. It's like
That was like 20 years ago or something.
I know, but
I'm
he
talking about
did,
now.
he
If
did
you're
that
gonna
too.
come out, if you're gonna come out and lambaste rock and roll for not being innovative, then stand behind your own stuff. If you're trying to do something, stand behind your own stuff. Don't give up. I mean, they started that multiple album set thing that they never finished because no one cared.
Tea Garden, I thought
Yeah.
that shit was fucking great. I
They
loved it.
they put out parts 1 and 2 and then never finished it because
Yeah,
no
and
one
they gave
gave a
it to
shit.
they gave it to you for free though on their
Yeah.
website. So
Who the
that
fuck
was
would
pretty
pay
cool.
for it?
Huh?
I can't stand that guy's voice, dude. It goes right down
Oh, it's
my
awful.
fucking backbone, man. Ugh.
Oh, come on, man.
Cause
Whatever.
we don't even. Oh God, it's 1979 song.
Mark,
Oh,
Mark,
wow.
let's put it in a way that everyone can understand. The way that you feel about Ghost vocally is how all of us
Oh,
feel about
I,
Smash
There
Pumpkins
you go. How can
vocally.
you make fun of Tobias with that fucking asshole? Come
I
on,
under
man.
because Tobias sounds computerized to me.
Oh,
And
he
I
doesn't.
I do like some Ghost songs, so I'm not
Come on,
completely a hater on him like I am with King Diamond. It's like you got Eric Armsby Jordan going off at Eddie Vedder, and I go now, and he's explaining everything why he hates Eddie Vedder. The same explanation I give him about King Diamond. Sounds like somebody's grabbing him by the nuts, fucking squeezing it hard. So I said, now you know my pain, Eric, when I try to listen to King Diamond. So I understand you guys are cool with your opinions on it. You guys aren't wrong. You like what you like, man.
Yeah, you rate Hagar highly.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop. Sorry. But I rate David Lee Roth with Van Halen higher than Van Hagar. So, you know,
Yeah.
I get a little pass
No,
on
I mean,
that.
I didn't know you were such a Smashing Pumpkins fan.
Oh, I
That's a
love
good
Smashing
thing.
Pumpkins, man.
No, I'm gonna
Uh,
send you some Hot Topic fucking gift cards for your birthday next month.
I got Iron Maiden shirts from Hot Topic because this is
Some,
the only place they were selling them.
eyeliner. You know, all kinds of-
I think this shirt came from Hot Topic actually.
Hot Topic's got good deals online. You can buy one shirt, you get two shirts, you get one free or half off. You know, they got good
Yeah,
shit.
they got a lot of Smashing Pumpkin stuff though.
They got a lot of Nirvana shit too.
They sell a lot of really cool Ghost shirts too. Actually,
They do.
They have some really good Ghost
Yeah.
shirts.
Yeah, so you should be happy.
All right,
But
man.
it can only be on Smashing Pumpkin stuff. I'm gonna
Dude, I don't have any Smashing Pumpkin shirts. I get some, man. But
Okay.
I like Zon. I like that band Zon he did with Jimmy Chamberlain. That was a cool band.
Enjoy.
I will enjoy, dude. You know, you enjoy your Ghost. It's
I
fine.
have,
with
and
me.
I will.
We
That's
shall.
great, man. Nobody's wrong in their musical opinions. I've always said that.
Except when
You
it
know.
comes to Hagar, yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But let's get to a fucking contrarian, fucking grumpy old man. D. Schneider says Metallica's no repeat weekend concept is self-serving. It only appeals to a small percentage of the crowd. What do you think about that, Joseph?
I mean, when you're a band like Metallica that's released enough albums that probably everyone on planet Earth has heard, you look at those set lists, even though they're playing two completely different sets, they're not really playing that many deep tracks. It's still a majority hits, or at least songs that a majority of the fans would know.
Yeah.
So it's not like, say, Cheap Trick, which I think is amazing. They go out and they will pull out legitimate deep cuts.
I love that band.
That if you're at a Cheap Trick concert, you'll probably know those songs. But I mean, I love D. Snyder. I love Twisted Sister. I think one of best bands of the '80s. Ever since that band stopped playing, D. Snyder cannot keep his own name out of the headlines. He has to say something at all times. He has to be saying something contrarian. He has to have an opinion on everything. And as much as I love his music and particularly what he stood for in the '80s with the whole PMRC and everything that he's said in the past 10 years, I don't think anybody asked to hear it.
No. It's like my opinion, I'll go next. I think he's jealous. I think he's jealous because it took forever for Twisted Sister playing the bars and clubs to get a break. And he's just pissed off that Metallica came out with Kill 'Em All and they were fucking already like on opening for all these cool bands. They got a record cut because, no offense, D, Metallica did something different. You were kind of basing your stuff on other stuff that was already out there. Metallica was innovative back then with Kill 'Em All and stuff like that. So the thing is, I was at that concert. I went to both days. I'm totally pissed at Suicidal Tendencies is opening in that rescheduled Phoenix show. Why the fuck didn't they do that in LA? Get rid of the Ice Nine fucking whatever the fuck they are. I want to see
Five Finger Death Punch, man.
I don't care. I could ignore them, but Suicidal's there now. I want to go to fucking Phoenix just to see Suicidal. Fuck, I love that band. But I'm just going, fucking D, shut the fuck up, dude. Your new music is fucking computerized, fucking Jamie Josta fucking metal. It's fucking sucks to me. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. And everybody there was singing fucking the songs. I felt the voices on me. And he even played a Saint Anger song, and James Hetfield goes, "Here's a song from an album you hate." He knew it, but he played it. But most of the songs were Inner Sandman, fucking Fade to Black. It was all their greatest hits, man. It's like they didn't play any duds. Even the Saint Anger song it's a dud on the album. Live, it's really good. I don't remember the song they played, but I enjoyed it. And I go, fuck, this is good.
That's great. That's a great song, man.
Not on the album. Not on the album.
Well, you saw it live and don't remember it.
Was it that Dirty Window crap or whatever?
Yeah, I think it was Dirty Window. It's really good. I liked it. But I would have rather them done fucking Saint Anger with some solos and no snare. I would have loved to hear that song because I love the lyrics and the aggression to that song. But what do you think about it, Jerry? D. Snyder?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously, I don't know what his problem is. He's definitely bitter. What'd you say? 10% of the fans like that? What you said? He said.
That's bullshit.
I watched the videos. There was more than 10% of those audiences, moving around and headbanging and moshing. So I disagree with them on that one.
Jason Momoa, man. Aquaman was there.
I mean, yeah, fucking Jason Momoa. You ever see Virginia Tech's opening? They have a home game.
Yeah.
They play Enter Sandman. And that fucking place goes insane when that comes out before. That's how they introduce the team. Holy shit, I was watching that the other day. It's amazing. I mean, Metallica is just so fucking huge. And I think you might be right. D may have a little jealousy bone in his body. I don't know. I mean, but like you guys said, man, lately he's just been saying shit that I don't get, man. I mean, so.
Well, but I mean, the sad part is it's not just D. Snyder that says stuff like that. I always call when somebody says that, oh, well, we can't play deep cuts. I call that the Kiss defense because that's what Paul Stanley said up and down for years. We have to play the hits. We can only play the hits. Our fans expect the hits, this, and this. The problem with that is there's certain bands where, yeah, if you're going to a Kiss show, probably at this, especially in 2023, 7 out of the 10 people at a Kiss show probably know a total of 4 Kiss songs.
Right.
The difference with them and Metallica is the fan base for Metallica that's going to go to a Metallica show in 2023 is probably a hell of a lot more passionate about Metallica than the people going to a Kiss show in 2023.
Sure.
And the people that are going to that Metallica show probably know every Metallica album front to back. And even the ones that don't know every album front to back, there is enough Metallica on the radio. If you listen to Sirius XM, they're on every other song. If you listen to Ozzy's Boneyard, they're on every other song. And they're playing not just Enter Sandman or Sad But True. They're playing Fade to Black. They're playing Creeping Death. They're playing Fight Fire with Fire. So the songs are still being played in a wider sense, and people are still hearing their songs. So it's easier for somebody like Metallica to do this sort of concept where they're doing this no repeat weekend, where they're able to play 30 couple songs and have people know almost all of them.
And they've taken songs out and put songs in. It's
Yeah,
like,
they're not playing the same songs at
no, they're not doing the same set
city.
at every stadium. Yeah, that's
They're
fucking
playing.
cool.
They're moving some sort of at a couple shows they'll play Blackened or they'll throw Orion in or something like that, and they'll do like different stuff. But Metallica is one of the bands that I think. I mean, all of us that are so passionate about music, I think we can look at a lot of these bands and say, well, every band could do that. Every band has enough great songs that they could do a no repeat weekend. But Metallica is truly one of the probably handful of bands that could fill a stadium with people that know almost every Metallica song.
Yeah, it was just, I felt the people singing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've
It's
seen a
like
lot of
it vibrated off me, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
I've never felt that in a show before. I was at
Yeah,
the
I've seen a lot.
stadium show with Leopard and Motley Crue. It wasn't like that. Yeah, pour some sugar on it, but it wasn't vibrating off me like it was with Metallica.
Well,
I couldn't hear Metallica. The whole audience was singing. It's like fucking A.
But like,
yeah, I've seen Kiss shows, man, where Paul Stanley mentions hits. I mean, how many hits did they actually have? You think about it.
Like
100,000 years, 100,000 years comes on. People are like, what the hell is this?
I love that song.
Juice. I mean, Do You Love Me? People don't know those songs, man. Except for the true Kiss fans. They want to hear fucking shout it out loud, rock and roll all night and death, basically. You know what I mean? Maybe a few of the 80s songs. Heaven's on Fire, maybe, but
I like that song.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying.
I think for the one band to actually have pulled this off, I think Dee Snider, it really just shows how bitter he is. Because, yeah, if somebody, like you brought up the stadium tour with Def Leppard and Motley Crue, neither of those bands could ever do anything like this and expect to fill a stadium with it. I mean, they can barely expect to fill a stadium with
It's
their
all
hits.
It's all hits with them.
They're
man.
not packing them in really good.
Exactly. But like, if they would do, like, if Def Leppard per se would do a no repeat weekend and they pull out deep cuts and stuff like that, nobody would give a crap. But you have a band like Metallica that can legitimately pack stadiums with their deep cuts. It just shows how much of how bitter
Yeah.
Dee Snider really is. Because
Monster.
if any other band did probably any other band other than like maybe a couple did something like that, they would not sell. But when a band like Metallica that can legitimately pull it off, and you can see it from the attendance and from the response, it just shows how bitter Dee Snider is, because the response is there and the sales are there. And so if you look at that and you're still finding a way to criticize it, then that's just sour grapes on your part.
That fly. Charles, what do you got to say about that?
Well, first of all, Def Leppard, all they need to do is the first 3 albums and delete everything else, and that would pack stadiums.
But even I don't think it would. I don't think there's enough hits to the general public. All people, as much as we, three of the 4 of us, hate listening to those Hysteria songs, that's what people are coming to hear.
Yeah,
the fair weather fan. Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, they open for themselves as Dead Flatbird, and it was like old shit.
We don't go. Dee Snider has been an old bitter man, and it's not gonna stop. And message to Dee's nuts, Snider, you'll never be as big as Metallica. Get over it. Period. That's it. He always dogs on everybody. That's his way he is, man.
All right. So
And
you
he
know,
shouldn't be, but he had a good fucking career, good run with Twisted Sister. He's got
he
no
did,
way to,
but he
no reason to
actually
be
only
better.
had one hit album.
And he still
Well,
has his voice, and he still has
Yeah.
his voice. So I mean, there's not a lot of guys his age that can say that. And for someone who actually had legitimate hits, like he
do
had several
you
big
think
hits,
but do
and
you
it's
think he
sad to
wrote
see him.
everything? Do you think he wrote everything like he fucking made them do? Like he
Oh
wrote
no,
every
God
Twisted
no.
Sister song.
Oh God no. JJ Friends wrote most of it.
But D gets like all the credit.
D
I
wrote
mean,
a lot of the lyrics.
fucking frontmen, singers, man, hate
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that
you know,
David Roth guy, man. No, I'm joking.
I was reading about another band that did the guy did that, and it's a whole different band, nothing to do with it's a an old school rock band. And it's like he didn't write everything. I don't know why some of those guys do that. Like, you just give me all the credit. Like, why he didn't write it? It's bullshit. D. Snyder did the same thing. Whichever, yeah, they had, to me they had one big album. I
One
mean,
big album.
you might like the rest, but I mean they had one album that resonated, and then they just went away. Kind of Quiet Riot, kind of similar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
But even Quiet Riot was even harder of a fall because I mean they literally put out one album after that, and then the lineup imploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, a Condition Critical did okay, but QR3
Yeah.
was a bomb. So there you go on
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
over by then. But so it's just kind of similarity there. But yeah, but he's always been around, and he does soul stuff. And he did that crappy movie with Linda Cardinelli.
I love Linda Cardinelli.
Yeah, but what was that movie where he's Captain Howdy or whatever? Strange Land,
Strange
Strange
Land.
World, or
a
something like that.
a lot of our people love that movie.
It's just this weird movie. I
I
don't
love it.
know.
I love Widowmaker. That's some great stuff in the '90s. He did some great stuff in the '90s, but I mean, nothing near the level of any kind of commercial acceptance.
Nobody heard it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And then let's get to some Sebastian Bach. Doesn't
All
have a
right.
problem with Paul Stanley
Getting
using
better.
backing tapes during live shows. Who wants to take this first, man? Because Charles is laughing. I think he wants to go off on this first.
Do I? Oh, go off.
You don't want to. Well, I'll go
I'm
with
just happy
Joseph.
to hear
Go
from,
ahead.
from Baz, man.
I mean, it's I honestly I love how, and I mean we're all in with it. I mean we all know Tim and the whole Sink and Stanley group, but it's amazing how, like, I don't know if it's like one person at Blabbermouth or just Blabbermouth in general is like stalking Tim's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Every time he posts a video, all of a sudden it's Blabbermouth headlines. This person said this about lip syncing. This person said this about lip. Scott Ian doesn't mind lip sync. This person hates lip syncing. This person, Baz doesn't mind lip syncing. All this different stuff, and it's like, dude, you don't have. Or is it that slow of a news day that every single rock star that comments on lip syncing is all of a sudden some big issue? I mean, yeah, Baz is still one of the ones that goes out and sings. I think he still has a pretty good voice, and even in the clip, he admits that he doesn't hit all the notes every night. But like he said, it's about the show, and we can all have our own opinions about the whole lip sync thing. I can't stand it. I think it's stupid. I think if you do it like what Blackie Lawless does, I think that's fine. If you're using it to support your vocals,
Yeah.
that's one thing.
Because they
Doing it
doubled a
like-
lot of his vocals
yeah.
on the album. So
Doing it like Paul Stanley does is a whole other thing. But I think it's just it's beating a dead horse at this point. We don't need to hear what every single person who's ever released an album has to say about lip syncing.
nah, I don't care anymore. I'm just tired of this fucking shit. I'm just like, if you want to pay for it, enjoy. We know who lip syncs. We know who doesn't.
Yeah.
Lou Graham is fucking old as fuck, and that guy doesn't lip sync, and he still sounds great. For his age.
I wouldn't say sound great, but
Oh, he does. I saw him live. So, but you
saw
have
some
any thoughts on
videos
that,
of it.
Jerry? On Baz saying about the lip syncing?
talk about somebody who's as equal irrelevant today as Steve Snyder. I mean, come on. But he's right though. I mean, to a certain extent, if you tell your audience that you're using tapes, it's different, I guess. But if you're constantly saying that you don't, then yeah, you're fucking your fans over. I mean, so I kind of agree with him there. But again, Where are they getting these washed up stars, man, interviewing what they think and their opinions, man? What the fuck, man?
Well, it's like I said, it's anybody that Tim Bream can find at a fan convention, and he's making a joke out of it. But every news site picks it up like it's some big news story.
I'm actually missing the Motley Crue and fucking Journey news, man.
I know.
Oh, I have some Motley Crue news if you wanted. I was going to cut it out.
No.
Okay. It's just John 5 saying something, but I was like,
No. You don't count. He's not
But Charles, what do you need to say about that, man?
Said it before, say it again. If you're stupid enough to go, you got more power to you. And the crusade against tapes is not winning. They're still doing it. It's never going to stop. If you believe in it that strongly, don't go see them.
It's just weird because when people got caught doing tapes, their career ended. Milli Vanilli, right. Jessica Simpson's Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live.
Not singing the songs actually hurt them more, I think.
Well, Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but
dude, I mean, who the hell takes Kiss seriously anymore?
Who?
Have you ever seen the Paul Stanley tape thing like on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC? Oh, look at the scandal today found in the Kiss concert. No, nobody cares.
And here's the thing.
You're dumb enough to go.
Thousands killed in an earthquake. Tidal waves hit. Paul Stanley using tapes. Major.
Only our community cares. We have to be realistic. Only we do.
Not even only our community cares. Only our community really even pays attention enough to notice. 95% of the people going to a Kiss show probably have never even seen any of those articles, have no clue what any of this is about. They just go because they like rock and roll all night. And there's those four cool guys in makeup, and maybe they know, maybe they've seen Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. Like, that's about it. I mean, like that's what we're dealing with today. And people who get so upset and butthurt about it, 95% of the people who are paying their money to go see Kiss have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, my friend
probably couldn't even name more than 2 Kiss albums. You know what I mean?
They can't even name 2 Kiss members.
Oh, shit, I could name all the Kiss members for some reason. I'm not that huge of a fan, but I do pay attention.
But you're involved in the music community. These people
involved
have
in
no involvement.
Yeah.
These people go to their 9-to-5 job and then put on the radio on their way home from work and know 2 Kiss songs. And they say, I'm gonna take my kids to go see Kiss just because it's something to do.
Could you imagine, like, on NBC Nightly News tonight, the war in Ukraine? Oh, by the way, Paul Stanley got caught doing tapes, and they're get the hell out of here.
That would have happened in the 80s.
Break in the program, emergency. They fucking we're interrupting your program to bring this in.
Live on tape.
Got caught again. You got caught again. People, we know that, and again, if you feel that strongly, don't go. That's what I do.
But why don't they use good tapes?
Because then it would be way too
like
obvious.
the Motley Crue tapes, because Vince Neil still sounds like shit, which is more accurate.
Yeah.
Good job, Motley Crue.
Well, Vince Neil's tapes. Motley Crue's been using the same backing vocal track since 1987. Like, I'm sorry, you listen to them play live, that the backing vocals on Girls, Girls, Girls are literally taken from the Girls, Girls, Girls album.
Yeah. I heard that when I saw the stadium tour. Yeah.
This
is totally from the background.
I love when Nicky's doing this, the bass is still playing too. I love that.
I was sad that Motley Crue closed the show. I wanted to see Def Leppard close the show because they don't use tapes. They use backing stuff like for sound effects, but they actually sing live.
No, they're back.
In all the sense that I have seen Def Leppard, and they are surprisingly vocally good live.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're using backing vocals though. Honestly,
they're always at the mic, dude. They're always at the mic.
I know, but I was 6th row for a Def Leppard concert a couple years ago. The backing vocals were a little too pristine.
Well, they might have that run, folk, don't shoot. They probably use that a little bit, but everything else.
Well, no, they opened up with Rocket, and the whoa was
they probably
tapes.
use a tape there, but most of the
tapes.
What's the difference with what Rush did?
Rush?
What's the difference?
Well, you saw Geddy Lee playing one hand and one hand on the bass
Yeah,
on
they
the
were
keyboard.
using midis. They were using samples
Well,
too.
but his vocals are live, the drums are live, the bass is live, and so was Alex.
Oh, I
So,
know. And there's no way a three-man band could recreate all those sounds at
no,
one.
No.
So I
it's
mean,
like
it's
Michael
how it goes.
Sweet. It's like Michael Sweet said, if you want to hear the song Yahweh, we're not going to bring a whore choir on the fucking stage and go, Yahweh. We're going to
I would
use
like to
that
hear the
backing
horror.
tape.
I'd like to hear the horror choir do it. That would rule, man. I don't know about the whole, but I want to hear the horror choir.
The
Fuck
whore
yeah.
choir.
I'm seeing
You said
Striper
horror
next Saturday.
choir.
I hope they play Yahweh. That's a great song.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that fucking
I
song.
hope you get the horror choir with it too. That would be
Yeah, right.
awesome. I got the whores out tonight to sing the song, fellas. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, a gaff, Mark. No big deal. You said whore.
I don't think they're going to be doing that at the Christian music festival that they're playing next
Oh
Saturday.
no, they won't. Is Under Oath there? Whatever happened with that group?
I saw them, but I saw them after they stopped being a Christian band.
Oh, on
Who did they open
Against
for?
the Law?
No, Under Oath, not Striper.
Oh, Striper. Oh, okay.
When I can't remember who I saw them open for, but I saw them open for somebody after they had stopped being a Christian band.
Yeah,
but
and yeah, they were on some regular like
yeah
festival lineup at one point. Did
I
you heard them, Mark? They'd make you lose your shit.
Who?
Under Oath.
I never heard them.
They were
Ooh.
good. They were good.
Yeah.
You
won't know it's Christian music.
No.
At all.
Well, yeah.
That's like a lot of these bands at this Christian festival I'm going to next weekend. It's a lot of like heavy bands. And then the two big headliners are Striper and Skillet are the two headliners.
I know Skillet. I like some songs with
Skillet's a Christian band, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
I
Christian.
haven't heard the name, but I haven't heard any of their music.
Yeah, they're a
Well, I know
they're
there's bands like Petra, they were a Christian band, right?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
like Petra. The only Christian band I like is Striper. It's like because they sound more traditional metal compared to those Christian bands out there. It's like I don't know.
Under Oath, you wouldn't even know it's about that.
I
Yeah,
thought
and-
Lamb of God was a Christian band, but they weren't.
and
Oh.
like I said, Under Oath a couple years ago, they completely kind of moved away from being a Christian band. They kind of disowned the whole Christianity thing a couple years ago.
like
I'm trying to
Striper did with Against the Law, right?
No, but like started speaking out against Christianity and stuff like that. Now I'm trying to remember who I saw them.
I'm just saying, if you were a Christian and then you started speaking out against it, you weren't really a Christian. Just saying that. Not getting religious here. That's just me. But let's get to the last story on here. I was going to talk about KK Downing. States Glenn Tipton wasn't interested in getting Rob Halford back in Judas Priest. I don't fucking care anymore. Jimmy Buffett passed away. Everybody makes fun of him because he's like a Sammy Hagar shit. I don't care for Jimmy Buffett at all. I didn't post any Jimmy Buffett videos when he died. I just put it in the news on our pages. I don't care about Cheeseburger in Paradise. I hate Margaritaville.
Yeah.
It was one of the songs on Yacht Rock last week that somebody picked. I don't like Jimmy Buffett, and I'm not a fan because he died. What about you, Joseph?
Jimmy Buffet, the French guy.
Yeah, I've never been a Jimmy Buffett fan. Like I know the couple songs they played on the radio. Other than that, I never looked into him. I wasn't a fan of his really. I like some kind of yacht rock that you would classify that as. But even then, that's not even really yacht rock. Like yacht rock is cooler than Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett was not cool. So I mean, I've just never been a fan. I never really looked into his music other than the stuff you hear on the radio.
Yeah, Michael McDonald, like I said last week, is the king of yacht rock.
I
He
can't
plays
stand
it.
his voice. I hate
Dude,
his voice.
he's on every fucking yacht rock song in the background. Come
I
on.
know. Oh, I know.
Y'all
Yeah.
will be there.
The sad part is I like the Doobie Brothers until he joined.
I love Minute by Minute. I think that's one of my picks, man. I love Michael McDonald. What do you like the 40-year version if they play one more Michael McDonald song on a fucking Well, what do you think about that, Jerry Jimmy Buffett, man?
Yeah, I was never a fan of him, but I'll admit, like, in the right locale. His music was okay. If you're at the beach drinking a drink on the beach, it's cool to listen to. But other than that, I don't really like him at all. I mean, he was like the Grateful Dead in bands, like they just toured constantly, forever playing the same shit. But it's always sad when people die. I mean, the guy had a following. I mean, merchandising maniac, man, probably made millions just off his merchandise alone. But it's hotels and shit, crap like that. So
Cheeseburger in Paradise restaurant.
Oh yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not big on his music, but condolences to the family. Sucks when people die. So
yeah, condolences. I heard he was a really good guy, man, but I just didn't get the music. Charles.
He's like the 1970s version of Sublime to me.
1970s.
Don't care. But it overshadowed a real talent in Gary Wright passing away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gary Wright rules.
Which I think was a way bigger deal to me. But rest in peace to Gary Wright. Even though he was on a really shitty Spooky Tooth album. Thanks,
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah, did we review that?
Yes, we did it with that French guy. Doing all
Oh,
that
fuck.
weird
Oh god,
sound
that song
effects.
sucked. That album sucked.
That album was horrible.
I put that album out of my mind.
But he did Dreamweaver, did a lot of great work with a lot of the Beatles after they broke up. And yeah, he's a cool dude. And then that overshadowed his death, Jimmy Buffett. Because all those drunken, now elderly people, they were middle aged when we were young. They were all upset.
Yeah.
The master of the guitar, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked, Charles. I wanted to let you know. I just looked, and it's funny because I'm wearing the shirt. I saw Under Oath open up for Alice in Chains and Korn a couple years ago. That's who I saw open up for.
I would think they would have dropped that by then.
Yeah.
Sure. But their first few albums are, Mark, and it would probably blow your mind.
It's basically like
very extreme metal and like thrash, scream core-ish kind of.
Like if Slayer was a Christian band.
Yeah.
You know what? Stryper would have toured with Slayer, but Slayer pulled out. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Tom Araya is Catholic, so I mean,
he is. But I just want to say, fuck off, Danny Matheson. I hope he fucking dropped the soap and he get fucked in the ass, you fucking asshole, raping women. That's my fucking take. Do you guys have any take on Danny Matheson getting fucking 30 years to life?
Fuck him and the whole Scientology thing too.
Yeah.
They're all
fuck Scientology, fake religion.
I do love his sister Alana because she was in The Walking Dead. It's one of my favorite shows. So I feel bad for her, but fuck that guy. You're right.
I love Hyde in that 70s show, and I loved him in The Ranch. But after I saw it, he's a motherfucker. Fuck that guy. Fucking Scientology, they fucking give men control over women. So he fucked them when he was in Scientology. Thought it was okay to rape women. Fuck off, dude.
I mean, you watching those Lee Remini shows, man. It sounds like a fucking horror fucking show being part of that thing.
Yeah, they treat women like shit, dude. If I had a daughter and she went into that, I go, what the fuck are you doing? You have any thoughts on Danny, real quick, Joseph?
No, I mean, I think I was on the show before when we talked about him when he was on trial and stuff. But yeah, no, that whole thing, the whole Scientology thing is a mess. I think it's one of the it's just an excuse to consolidate power among rich people, particularly rich white men, exerting power over other people. And I think it's really insane. But yeah, just another example of another Scientologist that just was a piece of trash.
Well, at least Tom Cruise isn't like that, though. I love Tom Cruise. He hasn't raped women, least that I know of. But Charles, you have any thoughts on Danny, real quick?
No, not really. Justice is served.
Justice is served.
Really.
All right, man. Joseph, introduce what we're doing, man.
All righty. So, as we mentioned before at the beginning of the show, 1982 album battle of the blue album covers. Kiss, Creatures of the Night versus Scorpions, Blackout, two of my all-time favorite 1982 albums. I will preface this, and it may not come off this way as we go through the album. There might be some things might lean one way or the other. these are two perfect albums. I think every track on both albums is absolutely classic. I don't think there's even a subpar song on either album, and it was hard as hell to try to pick some of these songs. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for this. It's two amazing albums, and I'm excited to see. I feel like this is going to be a battle. The past couple of ones I've been on with you guys, it seemed like everyone kind of shared a lot of opinions. Everything kind of went one way or the other, and I think on this one it might. I think the views might diverge a little bit more on this one than some of the other ones that we've done.
Well, I just want to say before we get into this battle, you have two bands at this time. One was going up, one was going down. You had Kiss going down. You had Scorpions starting to make their move with Blackout. They started before the album before this. So, and the other thing is, these are two bands that said they were on a farewell tour. Scorpion said, fuck it. We're having too much fun. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to make shit. But well, how long has the End of the Road tour been going on? I don't know. End of the Road.
They keep fucking adding shows to it too.
They keep adding shows.
Let's put it this way. I saw the tour, the show that I saw of the End of the Road tour was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Over 4 years ago. I saw
But to be fair, you also had a big break because of the pandemic.
That's true,
Yeah.
but do any of us have any doubt that even if there wasn't a pandemic, Kiss would still be playing
But they
shows
announced
right
the final shows at Madison Square Garden, and then they had more shows after it.
I mean, it's right now. It's mid 2024.
Yeah,
as we speak right now. I mean,
Yeah, I just this isn't nothing new. I think the Eagles said they were on their long farewell. Ago.
but they made more of a joke about it because
Yeah.
they actually, I'll give them credit. They said that it was their farewell tour one because
Yeah,
they were
there
making
you
it.
go.
They were kind of making a joke about all the other bands that were, oh, this is our farewell tour, this is our farewell tour, and then never actually quitting. The Eagles at every show on that tour, because they put a DVD out, either a great DVD of a show in Australia or something, they would all like constantly make a joke out of it. This is our farewell tour one. There'll be a 2 somewhere down the road. Maybe there'll be even be a 3. But yeah, no.
It's
the one thing I'll give
the Who have been on their farewell tour since 1982.
As far as farewell tours go between these two bands specifically, I think Kiss has done almost nothing since their farewell tour,
Yeah.
whereas the Scorpions are still putting out good music and they still sound good live. So,
But you know the Who's been on their farewell tour since 1982, right?
the Who's been on the farewell tour since probably even before that. I mean, the minute Keith Moon died, honestly.
Yeah. But I'm also going to say Elton John played his final show in England. And then he gets up there and says, well, you haven't seen the last of me. I'll be back. What the fuck, dude? What is this shit?
Here's what I'll say. Next Sunday night, I'm going to see Kix's retirement show. And they are one band that I am very confident that will be the last Kix show.
Well, I think Slayer is keeping to that.
Slayer,
too.
I saw Slayer's farewell tour, and that's definitely, I don't see them coming back either.
I respect them for keeping their word. I don't like them, but I respect them for that. But let's get into this, man. We're gonna start with the first track on both albums, Creatures of the Night versus Scorpions Blackout. Joseph.
Alrighty, so right out of the gate, we have probably one of the toughest battles on the whole album. Both title tracks, both great album openers. Creatures of the Night starts out with that amazing drum intro from Eric Carr. The drums on this album are just spectacular. One of the best drum sounds ever put on tape. Great vocals from Paul, great guitar work. All that being said, one of the greatest heavy metal songs of all time. I gotta go with Blackout for this one. I mean, just the guitar intro, Klaus's voice. I mean, Klaus is one of the greatest vocalists ever in the history of music. And I think he shines really well on this album, which is funny because on the demos for this album, he didn't even know if he was going to be able to sing. He was having vocal surgery even back in 1982, and he had Don Dokken doing the demos for this album. And it was possible that before Dokken was even the thing, that Don Dokken might have joined the Scorpions in 1982. But Klaus comes back from his vocal surgery. It sounds better than ever. And I think out of the gate, this song just it takes no prisoners. It just beats you. and it beats you, and then it leaves. And I think it's an amazing opener. Both are amazing openers, but I got to go with the Scorpions on this one.
I agree with you on that one. I'm not a huge Kiss fan, but Creatures of the Night versus Blackout. It was a kind of tough choice for me also. Even though I'm a bigger Scorpions fan than I am a Kiss fan, but I had to go with fucking Scorpions on this because it's in my DNA. Because I got into Kiss way later on this album. I lived with Blackout for since I was 16, fucking great fucking song. So I'm going Kiss. I'm going Scorpions Blackout on this one. And I got to get a paper out because I didn't have the votes. My bad. So Jerry.
One thing about the Scorpions, they never get really any credit for being great musicians. You ever hear them really mentioned as great musicians?
Well, with what's his
Matthias
name?
Jobs, Rudy Shanker, great guitar go.
Well, you got Louis John Roth.
I mean, they're great musicians. You never hear how they're great musicians. But getting to this battle here, I have seen them both live, and I have seen them both open with the song, which is cool. But I'll have to break ranks here. Creatures of the Night is a fucking great song, dude. I'm sorry. I love Blackout, don't get me wrong. Creatures rocks, dude. I love that song, so I'm going to have to give it to Creatures.
Charles.
Both title tracks here. And the Scorps, man, that song is not without its charm at all. I mean, it's got some killer riffage there too. But yeah, man, Creatures of the Night just fucking slaps this song around, mutilates it. Come on, man. And to think that Mr. Dude is metal with his guitar solo there. Fucking hell yeah, man. I mean, it's one of my favorite Kiss songs, dude. So, but to be fair, it was kind of a tall order for Scorpions to win on this track here. There's a couple coming up the same way. And in general, that can be the unfair thing with album battles, because I can see Blackout beat a few songs on this record. Totally. And vice versa. But it's what it goes against. So that's just it. But Creatures is one of the great songs on this underrated, not by us Kiss fans, but outside the world, probably one of their most underrated albums ever, and was overlooked at the time. So yeah, Kiss.
So 2-2 on that. Jerry and Charles picked Creatures. Me and Joseph picked Blackout, Scorpions. So then we go to the next one, which is Saint and Sinner versus Scorpions. Kiss, Saint versus Sinner. Can't Live Without You by Scorpions. Joseph.
Alrighty. So this one is really interesting because, I mean, throughout the 70s, Kiss very, very rarely diverted from the very straightforward 4/4 straight ahead rock song. And Satan Sinner is just, in its basic musical form, so different from almost any Kiss song. There's a swing to it. There's a really good groove to this song. It has this kind of weird, it has a weird feel to it. And that right there, and the first time his name's coming up on this recording, that's all Vinnie Vincent. That right there, just the feeling and the guitar work on this song is all Vinnie Vincent, and it's amazing. I love Gene. Sounds great. Gene's vocals on this album are awesome, and I think Gene doesn't get as much praise for his voice as Paul does. I think Paul had the accolades of being the great. I mean, especially with a song we'll talk about later on this album, when they played it live, it kind of became a Paul masturbation piece almost. But Gene's vocals on this album are so good, and on this song in particular, he sounds awesome. And again, like I mentioned on the first track, Eric Carr's drumming is phenomenal. And then we go over to the Scorpions. This is one of the more basic songs in the album. I think it has the riff is kind of simple, and the chorus is really repetitive. And for that reason, I'm giving this one to Saint and Sinner. I think it's honestly a much better track. And I mean, Can't Live Without You, I think it's a great song, but I think it's a lot more basic and repetitive. And Saint and Sinner is a really cool, really underrated track that I don't think people give nearly enough credit.
Yeah, man. Saint versus Sinner. Saint and Sinner is a good song, but Can't Live Without You. It's just like you see them in concert. It's like a one, two, three, four. Can't live. And that fucking it's like those little leads coming in and out of that. It's like can't be to rock. Ready to I fucking just love the Scorpions on that one. I do like the Kiss song, but I'm going with Scorpions on this one. Jerry.
Yeah, I never liked Can't Live Without You. I thought that was kind of a corny tune, in my opinion. It was a hit for him, minor hit for him. You hear it on the radio every now and then. But Saint Sinner, man, that's Gene. That's fucking Gene Simmons right there, dude. Total kick-ass tune. I love that song. Maybe my favorite song on the album. I don't know, but it's definitely close. But this is no contest, man. Saint Sinner, 100%. 100% sure on that.
Charles.
Yeah, well, let's see. There's no way the Scorpion song gets with Eric Carr's drumming on this track. And Gene owns this fucking song. I totally agree on that. They both kind of seem album trackish to me. I don't, it's kind of deepish. Maybe the Scorpions are not quite as much, but the Scorpion song, it just doesn't have the same swag that this song from Kiss here has. And I have to agree just for the groove alone. So Kiss up 2-0 on mine.
Yeah, so that's
Mark's gonna be on my tip on the opposite side the whole fucking deal. Let's see if he can break the streak here.
you never know, Charles.
You'll
So
never
that's
know.
one.
We'll see.
The first song was tied. This one was 1-3.
We'll
Was the
see.
dissenting vote.
We'll
And then we
see
get to
what
the next song. Kiss, Keep Me Coming versus Scorpions, No One Like You, Joseph.
So if I had to pick a least favorite song on Creatures of the Night, it would probably be Keep Me Coming. It's an amazing song. This song is a little bit more kind of almost what I said about the Scorpions song on the last one. It's a little bit more of a pedestrian kind of average run of the mill Kiss song. It's Paul doing his Led Zeppelin thing. I think he does it very well, but I think it's more of an average song. No One Like You is great. It's a hit and it deserves to be a hit. It's a phenomenal song. The guitar work is amazing on this song. Klaus sounds awesome. It's just overall, it's a very well written song. It's very well performed. And I'm going with No One Like You for this one.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you on that one, Joseph. It's like, come on, there's no one like you. Fucking live version on Worldwide Live is just fucking amazing. The solos, the fucking guitar. I do like the Kiss song. I'm gonna say right now, there's not one song I do not like off both these albums. They are both great albums, pretty well tied. And I'm not gonna get to what I think because I might surprise people on this fucking thing on here. But Jerry.
This is another blowout, in my opinion. I mean, No One Like You, such a fucking great tune, dude. I love that song so much. It may be my favorite Scorpion song. Yeah, it's overplayed. You hear it every day. Put on classic rock radio, but I don't give a fuck.
There's a
Catchy
reason
as hell.
for it.
Joseph, you mentioned the guitar work is phenomenal. Keep Me Coming, man, is future fucking Crazy Nights, Paul, in my opinion, dude. I think that song's lame and weak, in my opinion. So it's not even close. No One Like You.
Charles.
This is the first time the Scorpions might have a chance here. It's got a certain veneer to it, that song, and a polish, no doubt about it. And it's a radio staple, but I'm gonna be the one voice of dissent and say, "Keep me coming, keep me coming."
Does that
What
not sound like
fucking
Crazy
band
Nights
that
era,
song is?
Paul?
Fucking Kiss wins this one again. They're just fucking rolling here, buddy. And No One Like You is a good song, totally. But it's a poppy-ish. To me, it's poppy-ish. And not that, you know what I mean. It's very popular, overplayed. Maybe that's why.
See, Mark, me and Charles do disagree on occasion. So.
Occasionally. I love that Keep Me Coming, man. It's got the fucking Crazy Nights.
It's like a lost track from Crazy Nights, in my opinion. But
it might be like Asylum-ish.
I like Crazy Nights, and
yeah, his
Crazy.
voice, that slow type of weird voice Paul has. Yeah, you're right.
I agree with Charles. I think it sounds more Asylum than Crazy Nights. It kind of fits the Asylum vibe.
I like Asylum too.
So
But,
do I think it's a good album.
So
Great
that one went 3-1. Charles, the dissenting vote on that one.
Yeah.
So then we
I-
get
hey,
to
Guess what?
Kiss, Rock and Roll Hell versus Scorpions. You give me all I need, Joseph.
We're sitting here talking about it, and I'm still going back and forth on this song. I have something written down what I circled, and I don't know if I'm going to pick it. I mean, this is hard. These are two amazing songs. Honestly, I think You Give Me What I Need is one of the most underrated songs on the album. I love this song so much. Same with Rock and Roll Hell, and I think it's been given a new appreciation ever since Ace did his version on Origins 1 a couple years ago. And I think this is another one where I think Gene's vocals are amazing. I think he really carries this song. He upgrades it from, it could just be another kind of run in the mill song, but I think Gene really brings this one up. But I'm going to have to stick with what I had originally written, and I'm going with Scorpions. You Give Me All I Need. I think it's one of my favorite songs on this album, and I got to go with that one.
All right. So then I get to my thing, Rock and Roll Hell versus Scorpions. You give me all I need. Love the Scorpions, man. Love this song. Did Gene actually play bass on this album? I just want to know. Did he?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably. This was one of the last albums that he was still like really involved in
Okay.
before he kind of ran away.
But I'm just going, who cares? This kicks the Scorpions out the doors with this battle. I love Rock and Roll Hell. It fucking rules. And I said it. Fucking Kiss rules on this fucking song. So I'm going with Kiss. Jerry.
Rock and Roll Hell. Thank you, Brian fucking Adams. Dude, for
Hell yeah.
fucking
Oh my
great
thunder.
music.
That's why Mark liked it. He didn't know it.
But with that being said, You Give Me All I Need. I love the acoustic opening in it. And it has a classic Scorpions, sound eventually. But I love Rock and Roll Hell, dude, man. Fucking Brian Adams and Kiss did pretty well on a couple tunes, man. So gotta go with Rock and Roll Hell.
Charles.
Yeah, I think that's something you can hold against Rock and Roll Hell is Brian Adams.
Jerry loves Brian Adams, so
I don't know, man. I've just never really thought as much about this song as a lot of other people. I think I like Ace's cover better, actually. And it's kind of slightly generic to me though, the song for some reason. And I think this is a real cool Scorpions power ballad, which I think that's where they excel, in my opinion. Most of my favorite Scorpions songs are their ballads. I think they're phenomenal in that area. So I'm going with the Scorpions on this round.
wow,
It finally break the Kiss streak here.
that's
So.
2-2 on that song, man. Where the fuck did my pen go? All right. I dropped it. Then we get to the next song, track 5 on both albums, Kiss Danger versus Scorpions Now. Joseph.
So this is Paul doing a little bit more of an upbeat kind of song. It's ever since I know I think it was on the Rock Metal Combat podcast when they reviewed this album that somebody mentioned that one time they saw this song being used as like a background for like an Olympic snowboarding video or something like that, and now that's all I ever have in my head when I listen to this song. It's like a background of like an 80s ski montage. That's what this song sounds like, and it's a great song. I think Paul sounds great on it. But that being said, Now is just one of the most pummeling Scorpion songs. It's a short song. It's about 2.5 minutes. Klaus does some of the craziest screams on this song. His vocals are going nuts on this song. It's fast and furious, and I'm picking Scorpions again now.
So I'll go with it, man. This song reminds me kind of like 70s Kiss with Danger versus Scorpions Now. It's a great song, man. I like Now. Now's a really good, but I'm not a Kiss nerd, but fuck, what the fuck is wrong with me? Going with Kiss on this song. Jerry.
I think smoking crack on that one. Dangerous. That's another song that belongs on fucking Smash Your Scratches. It's too fucking. I don't know. I just don't get it. But Now, man, what a fucking tune that is. Heavy as fuck, Klaus with the screams, you mentioned that. Fucking ruled. Awesome fucking leads again. Another blowout, man. Now by a fucking huge margin.
Charles.
And with an exclamation point at the end of that.
It's funny you mentioned that about Klaus's surgery because at times I hear his voice almost pushed to that point of failure on this song, but he keeps bringing it back in. His vocals were phenomenal, and Danger is not phenomenal at all. So Scorpions win again here.
All right,
And
man.
Nothing like 70s Kiss. You need to bone back
Exactly.
up.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know. It sounded the guitar sounded
Yeah,
like
I don't-
70s Kiss. Yeah, I'm not a Kiss fan, so I don't understand shit. But that was 3-1. I was
You're wearing that
dissenting voter.
shirt, so you're wearing that shirt, so you're forgiven.
Scorpions
I
won that song battle. And then we flip this bitch over to side 2. And then we get to Kiss. I Love It Loud. Scorpions Dynamite. God damn. Joseph.
I'll tell you what, I love It Loud. It's a classic. I mean, you're not going to go a single Kiss show without hearing I Love It Loud. But I mean, just right from the opening lyrics, kick your ass to heaven with rock and roll tonight. Dynamite. I mean, one of the most classic Scorpion songs. I mean, it's just amazing. The guitar work, the guitar riffs on that song are all-time classics. And just for that reason, I love It Loud, but Dynamite definitely wins this one for me.
Jerry.
I love Dynamite. Great tune. They actually did that on the Monsters of Rock tour when I saw them. Good tune. Good little rocker, but come on, I Love It Loud, man. Seriously? That song's a fucking anthem, man. I mean, it's not even close. I Love It Loud by a landslide. I mean, for every reason that you can think of, it's better. But Dynamite is a cool song. Like I said, it was a cool deep track they pulled out during that set list, so that was kind of cool. So, but Kiss definitely has
This was a tough one for me because I love Dynamite. I love it loud, but I had to do a coin flip on this to decide this song, and Kiss won. So I'm going with Kiss. I Love It Loud on here. Charles.
My Kiss twat will not allow me to let any Scorpion song beat I Love It Loud. So Kiss by far.
So that's 3-1.
The greatest,
Kiss.
I think that maybe the greatest drum sound in the history of hard rock and metal.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Kudos to Michael James Jackson and the production he did on this record. Eric Carr, that's the guy that saved Kiss in my world.
Except for the Smash and Scratch at the hit version, they totally fucking generic.
Yeah, that wasn't his call.
No,
that wasn't his call. And also this new remaster, oh Lord, it's so much. Oh, you got to hear that version if you haven't. It's so good. So yeah, nothing. There's not a Scorpion song in their whole genre that beats that in my world, but that's the way it goes.
3-1 Kiss on that one. With Joseph, the dissenting vote on that one. So then we get to Kiss, I Still Love You versus Scorpions Arizona, Joseph.
So Arizona is a really fun song. This is definitely like a song that makes me think of like barbecuing in the summer, just having a cool time, having just some friends drinking, eating some good food. It's a fun kind of party song, really good song. But up against I Still Love You, hell no. One of Paul's best vocal performances, even though when they played it live, he took it way too far. I think it's so emotional. I think the instruments are great on it. The solo is great, but Paul's voice is what sends this over the top. I gotta go with I Still Love You for this one.
All right. So I'm going with I Still Love You versus Arizona. Okay. This is what was this song about? Donna fucking leaving
Donna
him
Dixon.
for fucking Dan Aykroyd. I
Yep.
guess she liked the funny one and not the fucking emoji guy. But I go with I Still Love You from Kiss. I do love Arizona. And I didn't like I Still Love You, but when I heard it today, now this is a fucking killer power ballad. I fucking loved it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Fucking Kiss. How the fuck am I picking all this Kiss shit? But Jerry.
To me, Arizona sounds like future Bon Jovi, in my opinion. Never cared for the song, but Joseph, you nailed everything you said about "I Still Love You," dude. Arguably, and I'm not gonna go. It's not something. This isn't going out on a limb. Probably Paul's best vocal performance ever on a song. A lot of people shit on the Kiss Alive 3 album, but that live version he has on that album, fucking incredible, dude. To me, I Still Love You just blows this song off the fucking map. So, gotta go with Kiss.
What about you, Charles?
Yeah, man, what the hell is this Arizona song, man? It sounds like Bachman Turner Overdrive
It's weird sounding,
rap
man.
or something. It just doesn't fit. I mean, maybe if the rest of the album was that way, but it just doesn't fit to me in that their context. And against the best ballad Kiss ever did, ever? Nah, man, yeah, I Still Love You fucking owns it big time, big time.
So that
And
was
this was one for sure, Mark. Eric Carr played bass on this track.
oh, we did?
Yeah.
He did,
Yeah,
yes.
Eric Carr. So that one, there's one for sure where Gene wasn't playing.
All right. So then
I believe Vinnie Vincent on the solo, right? I
Yes.
believe. Yeah. Beautiful solo. Definitely.
okay,
And I
so
like the vocal gymnastics on Unplugged. I like it. I might be the one weirdo, but
all right.
stomping his foot and going off. I love it.
Well, this is the first clean sweep. Kiss wins that battle. And then we get to the next one, which is Kiss Killer versus Scorpions China White. Joseph.
This one hurt. This one really hurt. Killer, I mean, is probably the most underrated song on this album. I mean, I'm it's so heavy and Gene sounds awesome on it. And the guitar riff, the down is amazing. But honestly, China White might be my favorite Scorpion song ever written. It is so heavy. The riff is so dirty. Klaus sounds amazing on this song. It's a long song, but I think it's so good. And I think, like kind of how I mentioned with Killer, the riff, there's some really, really cool dirty parts in the riff. The with China White, the you can't beat it. I got it. As much as it pains me to throw Killer to the curb, I gotta go with China White on this one.
Yeah, I don't really care for Killer. And China White's just a fucking amazing song. Fuck, I've been going with a lot of Kiss, man, but I'm taking the Scorpions on China White. Jerry.
Oh yeah, Joseph, you said everything right about China White, dude. What an incredible fucking song that is, man. One of the longest songs. I think it is the longest song on the album, correct?
On this album, definitely, yeah.
The fucking riffs and vocals on the song are fucking off the chart. Killer's not a horrible song. It's not a great song in my opinion. It's like maybe revenge worthy. But
Not that bad.
when you compare to those two songs, China White makes Killer look silly. So I'm going with China White on that.
Charles.
Well, I'm happy to report that the best song on the Scorpions album will win here is Killer's pretty cool, but it just doesn't stand a chance against the best Scorpion song on the record by far. So we're getting back to a little bit of respectability as far as the numbers on my battle, because now I got Kiss at 5, Scorpions 3. Nothing. I mean, it would be the absolute best songs from Kiss on the album to maybe have a chance to compete against China White, and Killer certainly not one of them. So,
All right. So then we get
the
the
next
last
one. We'll see.
we get the last song on the albums, man. We get Kiss War Machine versus Scorpions. When the smoke is going down, Joseph.
I love When the Smoke is Going Down. I think it's a beautiful song. I think it's kind of it's a weird way, but I think almost a fitting way to close the album out. It's not the best song on the album, but I think it's a cool little ballad. But I mean, there's no way that it's ever gonna beat War Machine. I mean, one of the quintessential Gene Simmons songs, probably either tied for or my favorite song on this album.
Co-written by
Co-written by was that
Jim
Bryan Adams
Valance
as
and
well?
Brian Adams.
Bryan Adams.
And Jim Valance. Don't forget
Yeah.
about Jim.
But I mean, it wins by far. It's probably the biggest blowout of this entire battle for me. War Machine every day of the week.
Yeah, when the smoke goes down, that's a cool little ballad, but fucking War Machine, come on. That fucking song rules. It's like that fucking riff. Brian Adams, man.
The riff is so cool that Paul Heyman ripped it off for Taz's theme in ECW.
God damn, that fucking riff is just hard as fuck. I'm going Kiss War Machine on this. Jerry.
Yeah, when the smoke is going down, I really fucking love that song. If it was anywhere else on this album, it probably would have beat a few other songs that I went for. It's fucking just love the clean guitar sound on it. But fucking War Machine, come on, man. Brian Adams, I beg you to fucking jam that song in your next tour, man. Put it in your set list, man. Show people what you're made of. War Machine by a long shot.
Charles, man.
I have this 6-3.
Charles.
Well, I enjoy album battles, but like I said earlier, it can be troublesome because certain songs against certain songs can be a blowout, but they might win against something else or whatever. But I think this is a fantastic ballad from our German friends here, which again, I think that's one of their strengths. I think they do ballads really, really, really well.
Except for Winds of Change. I never cared for that.
I like Winds of Change.
Yeah, I don't like talking about that one, but
I think "Send Me an Angel" on that album's way better.
Yeah, I agree.
But against my favorite Kiss 80s song, hell no, dude. Gene is just incredible on this track. It happens to be the best song Brian Adams ever wrote. I can guarantee you that.
Damn right.
War Machine is so good. Non-Kiss fans would dig this. Like, this is Kiss? Yeah, man. Oh, fuck yeah. They probably have no clue. It's so fucking awesome.
I've actually had that exact reaction with somebody before that I played them that song, and they wouldn't believe me that it was Kiss.
Yeah, it's just so fucking kick-ass. Best song on the album. All hail the God of Thunder, and such an easy victory here for War Machine. So
yeah, that was 4-0 by Kiss. We all picked that. And the battle, Scorpion 16, Kiss 19. So Kiss wins this battle. It's pretty damn close.
Me and Charles are both 6-3, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I was 5. I was Kiss 5, Scorpions 4.
That's shocking.
I was the only one. Was I the only one that picked the Scorpions more than Kiss?
You did?
Yeah, I was 6-3 Scorpions.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And I'm not a huge Kiss fan. I'm a bigger Scorpions fan. So, but track by track, they have my favorite War Machine on here. I love it loud.
But now that you've listened, can you see why I would be so upset you compared Crazy Nights to this album?
I did that to piss you off. It was funny. Come on.
Yeah. Right.
Come on. It was funny, dude. But I picked this album over the Scorpions. Close battle, 5-4. So they're really great albums. It's not like I'm not gonna skip any song on both these albums. Really fucking good. I like Arizona, but it's not as good as I Still Love You. And I didn't like that song at first, and it grew on me. But man, any final thoughts on this, Jerry?
I mean, they're both great albums, like you said, but yeah, Kiss definitely had a little bit of advantage in my opinion. Nothing against the Scorpions. Blackout's a great freaking album. It just came across a better, superior album in my opinion. It's got Brian Adams' name on it, so what do you expect? So come on, gotta kill a creature for this.
Exactly.
It's the thing is that, like I said in the beginning, Kiss was going down. Scorpions were on the way up at this time. So any final thoughts, Joseph?
I mean, it's two amazing albums. I mean, I definitely have to think an album's amazing to put a giant poster of it on my wall.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, these are two albums that have been with me for a long time. And honestly, I think the reason I lean more towards Blackout than Creatures of the Night, I mean, this album and the Scorpions in general have been with me all my life. I mean, this is a band
Me
that
too.
my dad loves. That's one of my dad's favorite bands is the Scorpions. I grew up on Love Drive and Animal Magnetism and Blackout and Love at First Sting and even the greatest hit CD of the Uli era. I grew up on that. So I mean, I knew all that Scorpion stuff. And I knew a lot of Kiss as well, but it was way before I even knew what this album was. I mean, this was my dad loved Kiss, but it was a lot of 70s Kiss, and it was before I really figured out what this was. And I mean, this to this day is in my top 3 Kiss albums. It's a phenomenal album, but to me, I think even as much as I absolutely adore this album, there's just something about Blackout that just I go back to Blackout, and every day it gets closer and closer to being my favorite Scorpions album. I think my favorite Scorpions album will always be Love Drive, but Blackout every day just gets a little bit closer.
Charles, final thoughts, man?
Oh yeah, they're both fantastic records. Really. But I mean, I'm a Kiss fan first, so it's tough for me to ever. If it would have been like Crazy Nights, your favorite, or Revenge,
My
or
favorite is
something.
rock and roll over. Okay, there, just
No,
get that
it's
out
not.
there.
It's Crazy Nights.
No, it's rock and roll over.
You're fibbing, just like you do with Def Leppard list. We all know you
Yeah.
like 9-arm stuff better. It's okay.
Oh God, whatever.
It's okay. Embrace your 9-arm.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm teasing you. I'm teasing. I'm glad you enjoyed some more songs. I think their next album's better than this one, but the Creatures is really, really good. And yeah, too bad it just didn't resonate at the time.
Well,
That's the Elder's fault.
like some people, yeah, like some people said, if they'd have released this instead of the Elder, they would have still been on top. And Ace would have probably left. So
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it would have been tough order. But I'm a Kiss fan. I think that's what and I'm not saying Joseph's not or anybody else, but I mean I'm a Kiss fan, so it'd be tough. But the Scorpions did better than I would have expected going into it. I thought it'd be a clean sweep. Just off without listening too much. I hadn't heard Scorpions album in a long time, so it was fun to listen to it again. I enjoyed every song but Arizona. I just don't think it fits in on that record at all. But it would have been B-side, maybe. They should have kept that for like a B-side, but other than that, it was fun as usual.
yeah, man. So that was our thing. Kiss won 19-16 over the Scorpions Blackout. I'm surprised. I thought, like you were saying, would have been a clean sweep. I thought the Scorpions would have been a clean sweep, but 2 songs on here, I Love It Loud and War Machine, I knew those would have beat anything by the Scorpions. So I love, except Dynamite. That was a hard one for me on that one because I love fucking Dynamite. It's fucking great song, but it went up against I Love It Loud. Like you said, I'm a huge drum fan. Like, you can't deny the drums of Eric Carr on that fucking song. That was the killer. That was the decisive point right there. Plus, I flipped a coin, but fucking those drums, Eric Carr.
Throughout the album, his drum sound is just it rivals Bonham.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. So
It's like 3 hard-hitting drummers that I know, and it's not even Neil Peart. It's like in Frankie Banali, John Bonham, Keith Moon, well, 4 drum, Keith Moon, and Eric Carr.
yeah.
Those are the hardest hitting 4 drummers I've ever heard. Neil
I
is
wouldn't call
more.
Neil Peart a hard hitter.
No, but he's not like a hard hitter. He plays more finesse on the drums, you know.
Well, that's called finesse, not hard.
Yeah, it's not hard hitting
He's
then.
not hard. That's what I didn't pick him as a hard hitting drummer.
I thought you just said that. I'm sorry.
thought you
No,
said
I
Neil
said
Peart.
4 drummers: Keith
Oh.
Moon, Eric Carr, John Bonham, and Frankie Banali.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
Neil
gonna throw
Peart's
your
more.
boy a bone too. Dave Grohl slams them drums hard
Oh,
too.
Dave Grohl does slam those drums.
So
Yeah.
Even though I don't care for Nirvana anymore. But what about that Nirvana box set? 56 live tracks?
what?
The In Utero, there's supposed to be 56 like unreleased tracks.
It'll be on Apple Music. I won't have to pay all that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we said something. I said Charles will tell us if it's good. I said that in the chat group.
at this point in the game, there's very few bands or artists that I will buy actual box sets from this day and age in physical form, and I will be talking about that one of them in a minute in my little wrap up. I have a shout out I want to make when we do our wrap up here, but
All right, we're wrapping up right now. Go for it, man.
alrighty. So an artist, I mean, I've always been into this artist, and I'll thank Ian Wadley for really, really getting me into this artist, but I've been really diving back in lately. And I mean, there's so many places you can dive into this artist, but I'll go ahead and hold up the vinyl stack. Frank Zappa,
Oh yeah.
the vinyl stack of just his 70s albums here.
Damn.
But I've been really getting even more, not even more, but like digging into some of the later stuff. I mean, he released 60 some albums in his lifetime, and they've released even more than that after he's been dead. And they're putting out some amazing box sets. I've been really getting into his last tour from 1988. They put out some amazing stuff from. I'm really getting into a lot of that stuff. But anyone who doesn't know Frank Zappa or never really has given Frank Zappa a chance, I think there's so many amazing places to start out with his discography, his 70s albums, and especially something like, let's say, let me pull this one out here. Hot Rats is what I would definitely recommend if you're a fan of instrumental music, if you're a fan of jazz music, fusion music, just rock music in general. I think this is a great album to start out with if you're looking to get into Frank Zappa. I think it's a great place. It's mostly instrumental. I think it has some amazing, amazing musicianship on that album. But yeah, I just wanted to give that kind of a shout out. Just sometimes I think people don't give him a fair shake as a musician just because he wrote a lot of weird and kind of silly lyrics. But I think there's a lot more to his music than that.
Dude, his guitar playing is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's one of
Ian
my favorite
Wadley
guitarists.
Ian Wadley also got me into Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, what album should I get? He goes, Zuda Lewis. And that album fucking rules. And then I liked me and Lee did an album by him with Valley Girl on it. Great album also. I got a lot of I downloaded his whole discography. And I play it on thatmetalstation.com every Tuesday.
I would consider myself a fair weather fan. I like some of this stuff, but I'm not like a huge avid fan of
dude, he's got some killer like experimental guitar shit on there. If you like guitars, you gotta like Frank Zappa.
No, I got nothing against. I know he's a great innovative. I wouldn't say he's a great guitarist, but he's definitely innovative.
Oh, he's a great guitar player. I think he's really good. Thank you, Ian Wadley. But you have anything to say? Wrap up, Jerry?
You know, like and subscribe, man. We love doing this show. This is a fun album battle. I love doing album battles. So looking forward to the next one, man. Joseph, man, thank you for being on again.
Yeah, thanks as always. Thanks for having me.
Great album battle, man. Great one.
I don't know what we're doing next week because it's Charles's pick. He's got to get back to me on that one. Just like Jerry said, like, subscribe, and share. Just share, man. I can't share too much because I get into Facebook jail when I share everybody else's podcast. So I'll share everybody's podcast in our groups because I don't get in trouble for that as much. But when I share everybody's podcast in other groups, I get in trouble. So Charles, wrap up, man.
No, but thanks, Joseph, again. Great picks here, and like, share, subscribe, and Hagar sucks. Orion, Garland.
I can't wait till I get my Hagar box set so I could.
Oh yeah, that'll be a week I miss again.
Yeah.
Or are you gonna play it on your own?
Oh, dude, the Van Halen one got a good downloads.
That's a Jerry and I on vacation week.
No, I do the unboxing. I do the unboxing.
You better get some extra guests for that week.
I'm not gonna do an unboxing on our show. I said I do that video by myself.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do it with us on.
Oh no!
Holy shit, man! Joe Burrow just signed a 5-year, $275 million contract.
Well, he deserves it.
Highest paid player in NFL history now.
Until the next quarterback comes along. They're always beating each other. I remember when Steve Young was the highest paid, and then this guy, Aaron Rodgers, and then Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. They always beat each other. It's a never ending. It's just too much money, man. It's like, damn. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Joseph, for being on, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for this great album battle. It was fucking close. as fuck. And man, fucking just rock and roll, man. Buy vinyl, like Nate says. And fucking Nate loves a new Rolling Stones song, of course. But let's get the fuck out of here. Later, guys.
Later, man.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.